All right, so in this video, I want to introduce the reading from Peter Singer's book, The Life You Can Save. I'm having you read the first chapter, and and because this part of the course is going to be about global inequality, I'm not going to directly talk about the facts of global inequality in class. So I thought I'd just say a couple words about global inequality here. The main thing I want to get across is that even though we feel like inequality is growing or it's high in some countries, like say income inequality in like say the United States or the UK, of course, if we think about global inequality, that's going to be much higher, right? So hold on, move my picture up here so you can see the graph better. Um, so I mean, to give you an idea, in the United States, I think the Gini coefficient in income is something like zero point 0.4, and here you can see uh, the global Gini coefficient is more like 0.6. Okay, so here they're multiplying by 100, and then this is the distribution of income in the world. So the way you read this is that 50% of the population of the world earns less than whatever this is on the x-axis per year. 2000, okay, so it says here 2010 international dollars per year. And then, here like 90% of people in the world earn, again, price adjusted, so this is like PPP adjusted, $14,500 per year. And then you can see that this is very steep, and there's a lot of inequality, right? So you can see it from this graph. Okay, I wanted to show one other thing. Another way we can look at this, rather than income, that's not the only thing that matters, of course. I like this chart as well. By the way, I should mention that this is all from the website Our World in Data, which is maintained by Max Roser, and it's just a really nice resource for these sort of statistics that or charts that show you interesting things about the world, especially in terms of things like poverty and international development and things like that. Recently, he's been putting out COVID data with really nice visualizations, and actually a lot of media sort of look to this website as a source for interesting or up-to-date COVID information. But anyway, here's another way to look at inequality. You can look at the difference between sort of the highest country and the lowest country in terms of a bunch of different measures about living conditions. So you can see here that like the mortality rate of children under the age of 5 in the worst country in the world is 12.7%, which is insane. It's incredible. And the best country is Iceland at 0.21%. So there's a 60 times difference. You can kind of read these yourself, but life expectancy at birth, it's 1.6 times higher in Japan than it is in Sierra Leone. Mean years of schooling and expected years of schooling, drastically higher in the countries, in some countries than in other countries. And average income. And you can see this one, the highest average income in the world in 2017 was in Qatar. But even if you don't look at sort of resource-rich countries, you could look at, say, Switzerland or the U.S., compare that to Central African Republic, there's like an 87 times difference. So that's really a lot of inequality. So anyway, The Life You Can Save is Peter Singer, this well-known sort of moral philosopher and the founder of this one of the founders of the effective altruism movement. He argues that because the inequality is so much more across borders than it is within borders, we have a duty to help the people that are in other, in the people that are the poorest in the world before we help people within our countries that are poor. Okay, so he argues that we are obligated actually to donate a lot of our incomes to these very poor places. So you'll see that he's a good writer, and he gives you some nice provocative examples. So I'll leave it at that and look forward to discussing the book with you, or the chapter I'll have you read with you.